It's amazing what you can change by taking out just one scene. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 deleted scenes that would have changed the entire movie.
You'll always be the best friend I've ever had. So long, Luke.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at scenes that were either cut out or reshot for a movie, in which something was revealed that drastically changes the nature of the movie. It doesn't matter if the film was changed for the worse or the better. Both are fair game.
Don't kill him. It, John. Not him. It.
Number 10. Aragorn vs. Sauron. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
And we also felt that Aragorn has come this distance with his journey and that Sauron is his enemy, and that we had to somehow have this personal duel between Aragorn and Sauron, and that's not in the book.
When originally putting the film together, Peter Jackson and company had the idea of a final showdown, pitting Aragorn head-to-head against Sauron himself. The theory was that Aragorn had his own journey, and facing Sauron was his final hurdle.
And this blinding bright light shines on us, which blinds everyone except Aragorn at a certain moment sees something and walks toward it.
In the end, it was decided that a fight like that would take the emphasis away from Frodo and Sam, whose story it really was. You still got to see the footage though, with the production team using CGI to create a troll for Aragorn to fight instead of the Dark Lord.
It was not what Tolkien imagined, and we realized that was actually totally demeaning to what Aragorn was doing.
Number 9. Hunted becomes the hunter. Hostel. Coming out at the peak of the gore porn craze, Hostel told the story of tourists who are kidnapped and tortured to death as part of a hunting club for the world's super elite. Those who went to see the theatrical cut of the film are well aware that the film ended with Paxton murdering one of the torturers. In the unreleased director's cut, however, instead of killing the businessman, Paxton kidnaps the man's daughter. It's a much darker tale, as instead of simply killing the businessman, Paxton's lust for vengeance makes him a monster. Number 8. Tosche Station. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
You gotta take it a little easy, Luke. You may be the hottest bush pilot this side of Mos Eisley, but those little skyhoppers are dangerous.
Star Wars was saved in the editing room. The original script and cut of the film involved a few additional scenes that kinda just went nowhere. Case in point, this scene, in which Luke meets with Biggs at the infamous Tosche Station. The scene was not only slow, but completely unnecessary, as all it did was give clunky exposition while offering a few details on space politics we didn't have before.
No, that's not gonna happen here. You said yourself the Empire won't even mess with this old rock. Things can change.
Similarly, in Return of the Jedi, part of Yoda's monologue originally had him explain that he instructed Obi-Wan not to tell Luke the truth about his father, which would have cast the Green Jedi Master in a different, more manipulative light.
Obi-Wan would have told you long ago had I let him.
Number 7. Downer ending, Clerks.
You're closed.
Clerks tells the story of Dante and Randall and the comings and goings of life in a convenience store, along with their personal lives and relationships. When shooting the film, first-time writer and director Kevin Smith did not know how to end it, and he originally decided on the downbeat twist of Dante being shot by a robber.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed.
When looking for feedback, most people, including the actor who plays Dante, hated the ending, and Smith took a friend's advice to simply end the film with the shop closing up.
You're closed.
Number 6. A fitting end, Deep Blue Sea.
Let me tell you, man, I quit this job.
Deep Blue Sea tells the age-old story of sharks who become hyper-intelligent after Dr. Susan McAllister tests brain-growing drugs on them in an effort to find a cure for Alzheimer's. You know, that old chestnut. Test audiences were shown the original ending, in which Susan saves the day by killing the shark. But they were basically unanimous in their hatred of this ending, and despised that the woman responsible for creating the deadly sharks got off scot-free. The filmmakers took the criticism to heart and chose to kill Susan in the theatrical ending.
Let me ask you something. Are you sure it was just 3 sharks?
Yeah.
Number 5. All-Out War, World War Z.
This isn't the end.
World War Z ended on a surprisingly intimate note, with Brad Pitt's Jerry reuniting with his family as a vaccine is developed to help in the war on zombies. But the original ending was very different and featured a large-scale battle in Red Square. A tremendous amount of footage was abandoned, and the process cost the studio millions. But replacement writer Drew Goddard stated that it was done in an effort to make the film better. The original ending had Pitt's character Jerry surviving the battle, only to find that his wife had turned to prostitution to support their family. So, a bit of a bummer.
Be prepared for anything.
Number 4. Becoming a Legend, I Am Legend.
Open the door, please.
The book that I Am Legend is based on tells the story of a man who sneaks out during the day to hunt vampires, building up to his realization that to the vampires that he stalks and murders, he's the monster. In the original ending to the 2007 film adaptation, Will Smith's Robert Neville realizes that he is under attack simply because the creatures want back the female creature he kidnapped for testing, and upon returning her finds that he's become the true monster. But someone somewhere thought that was too cerebral, so instead, everything just gets blown up in the theatrical version. Number 3. Frame Job, Fatal Attraction.
Excuse me, you said homicide?
That's right.
Fatal Attraction is a thriller about a man who cheats on his wife, only for his paramour Alex, played by Glenn Close, to become an obsessive and violent stalker. The original ending had Alex committing suicide and framing Michael Douglas's Dan Gallagher for murder, making her more of a tragic figure rather than a total villain.
My experience, a woman who wants to kill herself doesn't cut her throat with a 9-inch kitchen knife.
Many who saw the original cut of the film felt the ending to be anticlimactic, so it was decided that the violent and climactic showdown would be a more apt conclusion to such a tense story.
I'm sorry, your husband's under arrest.
Number 2. And the Plants Take Over, Little Shop of Horrors. Fans of the stage musical probably noticed that the ending of this film didn't ring true to the original show, but the original cut did. In the theatrical movie, the flesh-eating plant Audrey 2 is destroyed, and Seymour and his love interest Audrey live happily ever after in the suburbs. The original cut of the movie was straight out of the show though, which featured Audrey 2 eating both main characters before spreading around the world and growing larger and larger until it was powerful enough to take over the planet. Test audiences hated it, however, so the safer ending was shot and presented instead. Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Doesn't want you to do too much thinking, huh?
No.
Can we reset the switch?
Maybe another time.
Table's yours as long as you like. Nobody's waiting on it. Plus, we've got free wireless.
Radio?
That's far enough, Tannen. I don't want any trouble.
You stay out of my way and there won't be none.
I'm warned.
Drop it, Sonny.
Number 1. A true finale, First Blood.
I want you to do it. Don't let them do it.
The original rough cut of First Blood was over 3 hours long and complete garbage, according to Sylvester Stallone. After it was cut down to just 93 minutes, one scene that didn't make it was this conclusion from the book, in which Rambo commits suicide rather than being taken into custody. Needless to say, not only would this have seriously changed the ending of this movie, but it would have also had a pretty big impact on the sequels. Like, you can't make a Rambo franchise if Rambo is dead. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.